Hey, welcome to the 10-minute What's Your Excuse reality check. We don't know the full name quite yet, but David Wyden here, John Key.
Yeah,
okay.
One thing we do know for sure, you're listening to self-help that doesn't suck.
You got it. So the name of this episode, which by the way is like episode 25,
Wow.
Hide, and Ignore, You Silly Human.
Oh, interesting.
Do you remember like Californication?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch that much of it because I didn't really like it.
It was really good in the beginning.
Yeah, like the first
because
episode.
he was so transparent.
Yeah.
It's almost like the transparent truth. I kind of like that. The transparency. Transparency is a word that I'm gonna play with tomorrow because I think maybe this is, hey, welcome to the 10-minute transparent truth.
Transparent.
Transparent
All right, we'll try it.
truth.
We're still brainstorming the idea. We're on episode 25.
Yeah, it's okay. You know, I mean, the fact is just, and that's another thing too. I wanted to put this out here, this podcast out here for almost 2 years, right?
Right.
I didn't have a team that was really willing to spend the time, even though I was paying for them.
That's another
to
story.
spend the time, right?
Story.
But do it. But they didn't want to put it out because it meant extra work and fixing certain parts of the website.
This episode is about ignoring.
But wait a second, I want to tell you this, which is interesting. So finally, I put this out, and I thought I had this name, and then the name is God knows what it's going to be, but the name will find itself. But this episode is about the silly things that humans do to ignore one another. The other day, I went around, and it was a beautiful, late March, beginning of April day in Southern California, where the sun is starting to get warmer.
Right now?
The sun is starting to get warmer. Yeah, that's exactly where we're at right now.
Yeah, okay. So you're saying this year right now.
Right, this year right now.
This wasn't last year.
No. I don't know what happened last year.
All right, so this is a very recent story.
Yeah,
that's all I'm just trying to get.
This is very recent.
It's a very recent story.
So I started walking around and I thought to myself, humans are so funny.
Yeah.
It's like we used to go and ignore each other by doing these things, right? So if a man was walking down the street, a woman would look down and try to count the ants on the ground or try to look for planes up in the air, right?
Right.
If a guy walks into the elevator and a woman's in the elevator, she'll look at the buttons and count up to 40 or whatever it might be,
I see
right?
where you're going.
So people love to do things to ignore one another. Now I feel like I'm in Westworld, okay, where you walk down the street and a man looks at a woman and a woman takes the phone out of the holster and he goes draw and immediately starts looking at it. It's so bizarre because human beings are so silly and all they try to do every single day is try to ignore each other. But really, if you think about it, and this is something that I was thinking about the other day, is that the things we do to ignore people is crazy because people offer us the greatest lessons. If you've read The Celestine Prophecy by James Redfield, a really fucking good book, right? James Redfield truly believes in that book, and so do I, and I know John does too, that we're in a place at this time, on this day, in, Southern California in the year 2017, in springtime of 2017, we are at a Starbucks at the exact time we're supposed to be there, and the people in there, also in there the exact time, and there's a messenger that's in this Starbucks that has something interesting to say to me that's either going to A, impact my life, B, it could be the next love of my life, C, it could be somebody who might be a client, or D, it might be somebody who just offers some type of wisdom. Right. But yet we're so not open to that because we do these silly little things because we're so fucking afraid of each other. We move to these neighborhoods where, all of a sudden, I want to live in this neighborhood because there's people like me there, so I can ignore them, I want to live in this apartment complex because I know there's single people like me there, but I'm going to ignore them. I'm going to live in this section of town because there's more artists like me, but yet I'm going to ignore them.
Yeah, what's up with that, man? I have neighbors like that. I see some people I don't want to see and I just ignore them. So what's the point? Should we ignore people or not? Or is it just too much for us? I mean, how many people do I have to pay attention to? Let's get down to business.
You pay attention, but the thing is you're paying attention to people you're in close contact with. So the person behind you in line at Starbucks is staring at you. Why not chit-chat and have a few-minute conversation while you're waiting for your half-assed mocha latte, right?
I agree with you.
What about when you're in the elevator? The elevator is one of the funniest places that people try to ignore each other, yet you're in an elevator where you can actually have a conversation instead of staring at the numbers. On a subway, someone's standing right next to you. You're eye to eye with that person, and you don't even acknowledge them. We walk by people on steps, and we don't even say hello to them. We don't do anything because we have this fear. It's almost like we're toddlers, and our mother is still saying, stranger danger, John. Stranger danger. Be careful. And the thing is, we're all bitching and complaining that we don't meet anybody.
It's true.
When in reality,
your head's down swiping and you're missing the people all around you.
You've got text neck.
Yeah, literally,
which I call blowjob neck.
Well, it used to be better when it was blowjob neck, but now it's just text neck.
Now it's text neck.
Getting blown anymore.
No, everybody's getting blown off.
Everybody's getting blown off.
Everybody's getting blown off all the time.
That's a good tagline. Stop getting blown off and start getting blown.
Stop getting blown off
and start getting blown.
And start getting blown. I'm going to write that down.
That's pretty good. $9.99.
But it's interesting. It's like, why are we doing this? We're so, as a culture, so afraid of each other.
Yeah.
We're so afraid of intimacy. We're so afraid of connecting. But yet we will safely do this nonstop, like zombies. We're like zombieaholics on Bumble. Swipe.
Check my Instagram.
Check my... Oh, wait, let me check my Instagram. I haven't checked it in an hour. Let's check it right now. Let's check the Instagram, okay? Let's see who likes me in Safety World. Oh, I've only got one person that commented.
But wait, hold on. But let me just put in all of our defense. Like, there's so much stimulation. There's so many of these things. There's so many people reaching out. There's so many people contacting us. So many people trying to sell us their bullshit. So many politicians trying to brainwash us. There's so much stuff in our face that we can't, if we didn't ignore stuff, we'd lose our fucking mind.
Yeah, but we're ignoring people, and it's so funny too.
That's what we shouldn't be ignoring.
Here's somebody on Instagram who posted her intuition was her favorite superpower. Yet I bet you, I bet you this woman doesn't use her intuition when she meets people, and I bet you she fucking asks many of her friends. I don't think this is where people are hypocritical.
Yeah, I understand. There's these very people that are saying stuff like that, are the ones looking down at their phones, ignoring people in the elevator, not saying hi at the gym, not smiling at the juice press, on and on and on. These are the same people, right?
Well, yeah, they're the same.
In between Kundalini and ayahuasca, she's ignoring all the people around her.
Exactly.
I mean, that's or him, or man's doing that too. We can't blame them. It's all of us. But yeah, this is an actual pandemic in our society. People disconnecting from people. I read a great quote earlier today that technology has connected the world and disconnected the people.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Where was that?
Oh, it's on David Wolf's page. One of my favorite people.
I like that. I like that a lot. I think it's true. I think we really have disconnected people more than anything because we think this is real. But there's something we can stop doing to ignore each other. We have to really just start to be, I don't know, be more what?
Be
less afraid?
Be less afraid? Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing. People have such fear, like other people can invade their space or invade their thoughts or block, or they're going to want something and they don't know how to deal with the pressure. A lot of it comes down to people really not being able to handle social pressure, and because we have so many ways to escape it now, just rudely right in front of someone, just act like they're not there and start typing on your Instagram, or just put your headphones on even though someone's mid-sentence with you or whatever. People do this. I've seen it happen all the time. It's really interesting, and it's really sad that people would do that to another person, but also that they can't handle social pressure. They can't handle any of it, and it's almost like they just turn people off like they're a TV channel right in front of them. It really lacks empathy, and I think because so many people stare at screens all day, it's proven that staring at a screen all day causes aphasia. Aphasia is lack of empathy. It's just no one there. It's a lack of an awareness. So in this sense, I see what you're saying. So it's more just about opening up to the people around you and understanding that even if they do want something from you don't want, that you can handle that too. That's okay. That you can handle it. And you can handle it in a great way, and you can still bond with people. If you're a really beautiful woman, and a lot of people, and this is a real thing that you deal with a lot, is that people want something from you. Even other women who just want to be more people want to be your friend because you're beautiful. Or every guy wants to attain you because you're beautiful. You have a good status as a beautiful woman, and it's hard to seep through it all. So you have to put up walls, and that's so understandable. But isn't there a way also that you can? And I've seen beautiful women do this, where they really receive, people's adulation,
like
people's appreciation,
like a lot of the girls that we meet.
Yeah, and they receive it, and even though they may have a boyfriend, or they may just not be, feel that chemistry with you, or they're able to be gracious about it and making it a pleasant exchange with an honest guy, with a decent person, with someone else who's, off the rails, that they'll deal with that in a different way.
It's funny. I was trying to find, when you were talking, I was trying to find some quotes.
Yeah.
Of what I feel people who think they're self-aware, but they're really not, because it's interesting, because I was trying to look up somebody that we both know who I walked by and they've ignored us. And I was trying to find one of their quotes, because their quotes are always about what they think they are instead of what they really are.
We walked by and they ignored us?
Yeah.
Here in LA or in someone I know?
Yeah. I'm not going to say their name. I'm not outing
their name on them.
No, I can't out them on the podcast. They could be listening to it.
Wow.
I don't want to out them.
If they want to learn something, they should.
I don't want to out her at all.
It's a her.
Yeah, I don't want to out her at all.
Why don't you walk right by us and ignore us?
Yeah.
More than once?
Couple of times.
I've had that happen.
I know. We play the invisible game with each other.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do that too.
Yeah, I do it too. I used to do it in high school. I see the same people all the time. At one point, it's like, I'm tired of saying hi. I'm going to pretend I didn't see it.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Remember that in the hallway?
Yeah, I remember the ghosting original. Yeah. That was the original ghosting.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to ghost them, but it was like, look, bro, we've given each other a lot of good cheer. Now we're seeing each other 3 times a day. Let's just pretend we don't see each other.
Here's what I suggest, okay?
Yeah, all right.
Today, do an experiment. Go out and instead of ignoring people, talk to them.
Yeah.
And write down what you learned today from your interactions with strangers. Meaning there's no agenda. That's your only agenda.
But
okay?
Can I bring something up?
Sure.
I've had the good pleasure many years ago being interviewed by the guy who created the Humans of New York. Before he became a big star. He did an interview on me. It was really great. And he wrote a great article. The point is this guy, he connects with people on a deep level all around New York, all around America, all around South America, all around the Middle East, all around the world. He's been able to connect with people on the deepest level and really instantaneously. And he goes and he meets the people that you don't look at. We're all busy looking at beautiful people. He goes right at the people you don't even want to see. The homeless guy sitting on the ground. The bland-looking woman in the corner, and he goes and he finds out who they are, and he brings you their stories 3 times a day, and then you see the humanity in all of us, and the beauty in all of us, and then that's something that builds empathy. You're looking at that blog, but also going up to those people who you feel like you don't understand, whether it's a homeless guy.
Everybody has a beautiful story to share.
Or a different religion than you, or just some woman or man of a different race or a different country, and go up and talk to them. I would guarantee you that 97% of those people will be warm. That's my personal experience.
Everybody has a beautiful story to share.
Yeah.
They've shown up on the same place in the universe on this day for you to learn something and to grow and to share. Start sharing those human experiences instead of sharing the one-on-one screen time you've been sharing. Anyway, that's it. Self-help that doesn't suck. David Wygant, John Keegan, out the door.